Okay, so we're live. So this is day one of me documenting my new journey, my new business journey, because right now I'm trying to focus on building my personal brand, and I'm also like recording this for accountability, and so you can see the progress in behind how I started building my personal brand. Right now I'm starting with zero followers, zero subscribers. Well, I have like 8 subscribers, but like it's pretty much nothing. And the goal is to pretty much build at least 10,000 subscribers by July, and of course like 100,000 by the end of the year on Instagram. So we will see how it goes. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Dele, and I've been running my e-commerce agency. We build websites for clients ever since 2020. So my background is within the e-commerce space. However, my main skill is actually sales. I would say sales and marketing per se, but mostly sales. Because everybody is a salesman. So I just became very good at what I do, because like my main expertise is not just like building website. I could be a 5 out of 10 on building website, but I believe I'm an 8 out of 10 like selling, because I know how to sell my service. So that's something that I've been doing for the past 5 years, and right now I'm just moving more towards like creating a personal branding. And I've been overthinking a lot, and I believe that I've been gatekeeping a lot of valuable information for the past couple of years, also because I was not committed into recording videos, and I got very overwhelmed. So for me, it's like an accountability, and to share you guys like my progress, my journey, so you can also feel inspired that you can start from anywhere, because I'm starting like this, like completely new for me. All these recording videos and whatnot, like it's completely different than my agency. So because like we're an agency, I started pretty much like as a freelancer. I started like freelancing in 2020, and it really took me around 2 to 3 months to hit 10K a month after I launched my service. You know what I'm saying? So for those who don't know, like I pretty much like started freelancing on Fiverr, and it took off on around COVID times. So that's when I started like making like life-changing money per se. That doesn't mean that I was successful like within the first 2 to 3 months, because my journey started back in 2015. So back in 2015, I was just selling bracelets. In fact, this brand was one of my first brands. Just like the logo's over here, but you cannot see it. But yeah, so it's pretty much a brand that I started. I was selling bracelets. I was ordering stuff from China and just selling it locally. I'm from a small town in Mexico, so that's what I started doing. And from there, I just pretty much like started switching a little bit more into selling other types of bracelets. And then I transitioned into e-commerce. So I was introduced to dropshipping. Actually, I stumbled upon it, and I was just in love by the fact that you can actually earn money and just travel around the world. That for me, that was just mind blowing. Coming from a small town, like that was completely surreal, because nobody in my environment was doing that. And yeah, I started just trying to just to get successful with e-commerce. It didn't work out as I expected. My first success, I mean, I started like officially in 2017, or after a long time of procrastinating, of course, because I knew that I needed money to start like e-commerce. And I was broke. I was a broke college student, and I didn't come from money. So when you come from a third world country, like things can get a little bit tough, because for example, if I wanted to work a job as a student like part-time, I would be earning like $200 a month if I was to work, let's say, on the shopping mall, on a Zara or whatever. If I was to do it full-time, that would be $400 a month, and I know how quickly you can burn your ad spend. So it was a very tricky situation. However, I was learning through YouTube, and funny enough, I was able to pretty much like get into meme influencer marketing back in the day. That was 2018. So that was my first glimpse of success. I was making money selling like this little keychain. I might just share it over time, but like selling this keychain, and I made around like 15 grand in 3 months. And somehow I just ended up with 2 3K, on my name. I don't know where the money went, and I didn't spend any money. I believe it was just like advertising costs, fees, and whatnot. Like I don't really know, but at the end of the day, I just ended up with 3 grand, and then I sold my business a couple months later for like 5 grand. So that was like life-changing money for me, but still I was just venturing, like that was 2018, 2019. I was like struggling because I switched to Facebook ads and whatnot. But to not make the long story short, I pretty much like I needed a way to pretty much start like making money, because I didn't have any money, and I knew it was like I was digging a hole, because when you're from a third world country, you cannot just go ahead and work at McDonald's like if I was in the US. So I was able to offer my service on Fiverr, and I was very, very good at selling. So I started as a freelancer, and then everything took off. Just to make the long story short, I might just record a video where I explain my whole story and my background and how I managed to, run my business and my successes, my failures. I have like a lot of failures. I lost a shit ton of money, and I didn't lose them because of being making like immature decisions or dumb decisions. It was, I'll share you later on, but I lost a lot of money as well. And yeah, that's been my journey. And so far, I've been running my agency for the past 5 years, and honestly, I'm not super excited about it anymore. So that's why I'm trying to record this video. I want to impact others, because I believe that like a lot of people can make zero from you don't need any money to begin with, and you can make up to $10,000 a month relatively fast if you know and if you have the information on how to do it, because like it took me a lot of trial and error to understand what took me there. Because for a moment I thought I was lucky. Because I thought Fiverr was just like blessing me, that I was Fiverr's favorite, because I didn't understood why I was so successful so quickly, because I knew I was good at selling, but I still didn't know why I was like always on the first pages, why I was always getting a lot of clients. It took me a while, it took me like a couple of years to realize. And yeah, I had like it's been a lot of ups and downs in my business, of course. I've realized that also like something's very important to understand is like there's a big difference in between making money and running a business, because anybody nowadays can make money. You just need to make quite a few clicks on your laptop and whatnot, just play with meme coins and whatever, and you can make a lot of money, right? But it's very different to run a business, and that comes with consistency, like consistency in income, because you have no clue how many people I know that was making like 10 grand a month, 50 grand a month, whatever it is, and they're nowhere to be found like 6 months afterwards, because they don't understand what it takes to actually run a business, to be consistent. I don't mean consistent with persistent, but to make your business consistent, to make your business make cash flow month after month. That's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while, because I was making like a lot of money here, and then I went down, and then a lot of money, and then it killed me, because I wanted to know how to be consistent. It took me years to realize, and I'm just trying to, I'm gonna be recording videos on how you can achieve that. And yeah, so this is like just accountability for me, because I know a lot of people can benefit from this knowledge. It took me a while to realize, and also I've been surrounded by many entrepreneurs, and I know that a lot of people are just full cap. They don't have a proper understanding on how things work. Like for example, especially when you come from a place, let's say you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you haven't had your first glimpse of success, like you can pretty much, like anybody like can be, because I was, when I was starting out and I saw all these people flashing on Instagram, like cars and everything, I thought everything was real. Most of it's not real, and I just want to also record this type of videos so I can, whether if you have a specific question regarding networking, traveling, other entrepreneurs, because I met many of them, like if you have any questions, you can drop your comments below, because I can just share you like real information regarding how it is to live like that. Because I've been around the block. I've been around many different countries. I've been through Bali. I've been through. I'm right now in Cape Town. I've been living in Europe as well. I've been to America. I've been to pretty much all these places where these networking events happen, and where all these. I've been partying with models in Bali and all that stuff. Like I've done that shit, and you can see on my Instagram for proof of that. But yeah, I've done all of these things, and it's not as real as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that are just like, once you start living all these lifestyle, you start to realize how things work, and it gives you like a much better understanding. And yeah, like I think a lot of people can benefit with the content I can share with you guys, but especially like the main thing of this channel is to help people how to reach from 0 to 10K a month consistently. Well, at least as you can make money, because like if you're not making money, you're aspiring entrepreneur, this will help you a lot. Because I just started with zero money and just a laptop. When I started my agency freelancing, and then the business outgrew me, and I was forced to hire people. So, forced because I couldn't handle anymore, So, and I started with zero. So I was running on 100% margins. I was just like a robot working 24/7, but I was just blessed, and I just couldn't realize that all I needed to do was having my phone or my laptop, and I was getting clients, and I was getting paid like $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day. It was crazy, and all I needed was just this laptop, and it doesn't have to be a MacBook. I just have my cell phone, which is back in the day was the iPhone 11, and even then I started with the iPhone 6, so it was 2020. Then I switched to the iPhone 11 because I was like making good money, right? But I never spent it anyways. But yeah, from there I just started like that, and I believe like you don't need to have like any great experience. You just need to know how, and that's what I'm trying to teach because you know I started with trading, I started with e-commerce, drop shipping, and everything, and you know a lot of these businesses like you require money, and a lot of people try to start a business, but it's really not a matter like when you're starting out you should be focusing on starting a business or like, oh, let's build a business. Like, yeah, you want to build a business, but the first thing first, especially if you're broke, you need to build cash flow. And the easiest way to start a cash flow business, no, I don't care what other people say, is like to offering a service-based business. And you see Iman Gatsi talking about it. You see other people like this guy, what's the name, Sanders Stage, who has like also like a lot of people they talk it and because they know it, you know, because you don't need money to begin with. And in fact, like the reason why I say like you don't need any expertise is because you can start your online business. Let's say you start freelancing, whatnot. Like let's say you're offering a service like digital marketing on Fiverr, right? And let's say you're getting clients because your main job here is to sell the person on your service. Once you have the money on your pocket, that's when you can realize, okay, so I need to do my service delivery. So you can either learn it by yourself or you can hire someone else for cheap. That's what's called a contract arbitrage or something like that, where you just hire people for a small amount of money. Let's say you charge $2,000 and you just hire someone else for $600 and you keep the difference, you know, and they do the service delivery. So that's something you can do as well. So you don't have any prior experience, you just need to know how. So that's something very important that you must keep in mind. I'm telling you because I believe I'm speaking to an aspiring entrepreneur. So yeah, just to let you know that things can happen, things are real. And yeah, man, I'm telling you things are real because, you know, when I was starting out, you know, I saw all these people, I saw all these YouTube videos of people making money and everything, and for a minute I thought like, is this even real? Because I had like all this information. I knew for a fact that I was good at what I was doing. I just never managed to break through. You know, I was doing e-commerce and I couldn't break through. Like I couldn't. Like I was like, I'm doing everything right. I'm pretty sure I have much more knowledge than the guy that's making like 200K a month, and I just couldn't. So for a minute I thought it was unreal, but until it happens, trust me, it is real. You know, and I have nowadays many friends. Actually, I'm living here with some of these friends who are like very successful entrepreneurs. Like the guy who's just walking by, he has an e-commerce brand. He's in Swedish, and he's a very very successful 7-figure entrepreneur. So yeah, like these things actually do happen. The guys over here, let me. Oh, he's just moving his stuff because I was telling you like I'm living with quite a few entrepreneurs, like around 7. But yeah, these things can happen and it's real, but you just have to be consistent. But you have to be aware that this information exists, you know, because a lot of people, it's really, most of the time it's really not your fault, the fact that you're not successful. It's really that you haven't stumbled upon the right information. I stumbled upon the right information back in 2016 and I just remain consistent. But a lot of people are not able, because like if your surroundings are limited because nobody's successful in your surroundings, like how can you actually become successful? You know, nobody's gonna give you like the playbook of how to live like a good life or how to be successful. You know, some people do, but some people don't even explain it properly. And the whole idea here is just like, I don't want you to give you just like a blueprint. I want to give you like also my thought process on how things work so you can determine how it works. Because yeah, I can give you like a blueprint of success, but the most important thing is that when things go south or when things change or when things just don't was because like every time like the world's changing very fast, so things can happen quickly and changes happen, regulations happen, and everything. So when things go south, you need to understand how to pretty much use that adversity to your advantage. So that's one of the most important things and one of the main reasons why most people are not successful. They're like, but I've been through all these courses, but I've watched like 100,000 YouTube videos and whatnot, and I'm still not successful. It's because you don't have what it takes to be successful, and that's the raw reality. You don't have what it takes to be successful. It takes much more than just having some information on all this. You need to understand how to use certain principles such as persistence, such as perspective, understanding like when you see something or when things go south, understand how to use that into your advantage, you know, which is hard because you have to rewire your brain to do that. But okay, this is something like I can go much more in depth in all this stuff, you know, because I've realized and I've studied and I'm very observant. I consider myself to be very psychologically aware. I observe a lot of people behaviors, I test a lot of people behaviors, and I do act in certain ways with different people just to test their limits and to challenge them and to see how they behave, because I'm very curious about it. And that's why I believe I consider myself a very good salesman. I may not be, I may just consider myself to be, but I may not be a very good salesman. But yeah, I consider myself to be a relatively good salesman. I've worked with over 3,000 clients or so far with my agency and everything. So I've closed, I've closed all of them. It's not like I didn't have a team closing them. I was the one closing them. So yeah, so I work over with a lot of people. So I have a lot of confidence in my skills and whatnot, but it's because I'm observant and I can definitely help you with all this stuff. I think I'm just chatting too much. I hope you find this information relevant. The purpose of this video is just to provide you with awareness that there is proper information. And if you find that this type of information clicks you somehow, like you feel like this could be helpful, that you resonate with what I'm saying. Perhaps I'm yapping too much and I'm just going over my head, like something's a little bit complicated because I don't have any script. I'm just like talking my thoughts, speaking my thoughts. But if you actually resonate with anything that I've said so far, just feel free to just drop a comment or just ask me any questions. Try to reach out on Instagram or whatnot. Like, I'll try to make sure that, because I need feedback from you guys to see what would you like to know more about, because I can talk about entrepreneurship, about fitness, about mind, about the subconscious mind, health and wellness. I can speak a lot of things. And also, the reason why I have some credentials to talk about is because I've lived it, I experienced it, and I have the proof, I have the results for that. And also because I have a network of friends who have their expertise are in different fields, which are very, very successful, whether if it's ecom, whether if it's crypto. So I have like an understanding of all these things. There might not be my expertise, but I can share you some knowledge based on first-hand experience of these people, because I've been surrounded by these people, and sometimes I'm like, fuck, like I had the opportunity to share this with you guys, but yeah, I wasn't starting my personal brand, my videos. So yeah, I think it's just time to start sharing with you guys all this stuff. And yeah, so if you have any questions, just feel free to drop a comment, just ask me questions. And I hope if this video can impact just one person, that will be enough, because it's really, I don't know, I just kind of want to help people at the moment. And sometimes it's good, and I believe YouTube will be a good platform, short form, whatever. But yeah, I'm just sharing my honest thoughts. I don't know if I'm yapping too much. Maybe I do, but yeah, just this is genuinely advice, genuine talk. Just trying to speak. I hope someone can resonate. Oh, you can see my back from here. Hope someone actually resonates with this video, and I hope you stay tuned. If it's interesting for you, just stay tuned, because I'm gonna start recording other stuff. I don't know exactly about what, but just like day one accountability. From here, let's see where it takes. It's not my first video though. I have another video about speaking about Fiverr and shit. But yeah, it's like just for accountability. So I'll start either recording one video a day or every week, something that makes sense, because sometimes you can run out of ideas. And I like to do good stuff. I'm right in Cape Town. I'm going to a pool party with my buddies and shit, so it's gonna be quite cool. And they have a festival. I'm not going. I'm gonna keep writing, but yeah, that's the way it works. And yeah, just think it's time to say hi to my buddy. He's over here. And yeah, just say hi to the people, bro. Just like doing my stuff. I'm telling you, like, I'm living with a bunch of entrepreneurs, motherfuckers, very successful. So yeah, hope you find this valuable, and see you in the next one.